Shalom everybody, it's the WyCo Nomad with WyCo Resiliency. We're on the road as we continue our beginners tips on apartment prepping. Tip number 9. And I'm trying to run this so the sun doesn't get you, so there we go. And we are on the last leg of our travel. And I figured I'd jump in and give you a little travel talk. So, tip 9. One thing you want to take into serious consideration is training. Training, and more training. That is so important to everything you do. And there's so many free ways to train. Google, YouTube, Udemy. Is Udemy free? Yeah, Udemy's free. But there's all sorts of, and another big one that very few people think of because they start getting afraid of, because you start mentioning things like FEMA or CERT, and immediately they have images of martial law, FEMA coming in and taking your stuff. No, not going to happen. FEMA's not that organized. The only way FEMA's going to put you in a camp is if you let them. So really stop with that whole mindset of, well, FEMA's going to roll it. No, they're not. You can resist. Resistant, only if you let them will FEMA be able to basically roll you up and put you in a camp. So just get rid of that whole concept. CERT training. First aid training, and I'm just going to throw out that Refuge Medical actually has online training now if you cannot make it to Oklahoma. So Refuge Medical, and guess what? Hey, you have links to it. I don't really get anything out of it except for, hey, thank you. Okay. For transparency, I get a credit toward other first aid kits. So yes, I do get a little something out of it, but you get something even better. You get first aid knowledge. So Refuge Medical, huge fan, huge supporter. CPR training, Red Cross, BLS, CPR, that's training. And once you learn it, keep up with it. Refresh it every year, refresh it every 2 years. Same thing when dealing with ham radio. Learn your ham. If you're going to use communications, you get your ham certification. I know a lot of you don't want to do that stuff. And my truck is beeping at me because apparently I can't stay in between the lines. So train. Included in that is firearms training. Just because you took one little basic pistol class doesn't mean that after 2 or 3 years since you haven't gone to the range, you don't need another basic pistol class. And I know some of you are, I already took one. I don't care. Take another one. You should take it so often that you could teach it blindfolded. And we're talking actually teach it, not teach it based on arrogance of, well, I can teach this class better than that. No, you got to step away from that attitude. Okay? We all need to step back and say, I can learn more. I can always learn more. I believe in lifelong learning. Learn how to cook. If you don't know how to cook, learn how to cook. Well, someone else will cook. No, you're in your apartment. You are surviving on your own. You might have your MAG, you might have your mutual assistance group in the area, but you're still on your own per se. You need to know how to cook. If the power goes out and you can't use your stove or your microwave, are you able to cook a meal? And I know there's a lot of guys going, well, I got my grill. If you're in an apartment, you probably don't have a grill. And the grill that the apartment provides might be used by everyone else. And a lot of times when things go bad like that, and it's longer than, say, 2 weeks, someone gets a little angry and they start destroying things that people are using because they don't have food. And if they don't have food, they're going to deny you the ability to cook your food. Just look at the basic mentality of individuals during any type of crisis, protest, or whatever. They get groupthink. That's a bad, bad combination. Groupthink and a lot of people and angry. People behaving badly. Train. Train on how to purify water. Train more. So I cannot stress to you enough, you know what? I've already trained. Then train some more. You know, train some more, train more. You have to constantly be keeping up with your skills. Basic fire starting skills. Well, I'm in an apartment. If there's no way to do fire, pardon me, if you don't have a stove, you might have to start a fire to cook your food. Have a way, know how to use your propane stoves. As an example, I have a Coleman single burner multi-fuel stove. Absolutely love the thing. Actually, I'll probably post a link with it because it's actually pretty cool. A multi-burner, or it's a single burner stove. I can cook 99%. I could probably cook 100% of what I need to cook on that alone. And it was inexpensive. Well, that's also subjective too. I've heard someone say it's inexpensive. I look at the price and it was $17,000. That's not inexpensive. That's expensive. Other things that you can train on. Herbs. Knowing what herbs that you can use for medicinal. Medical. Understand training of what antibiotics you will need to give to somebody in the event of a sickness. So hopefully you have your J's case, so you have your antibiotics from before when we talked about medical. Notice everything built on everything here. Your bug out kit. Do you know how to make, bug in kit. Do you know how to make a proper bug in kit? There's hundreds and thousands of videos on YouTube. On some of them are like, wow, okay, that's pretty much not a bug out bag. That's you're going to war bag, and y'all know my opinion about that. You need to cook, eat, medical. You don't need to be kicking down doors. I mean, is there a time and place for that? Sure. I'm not saying it's off the table 100%, but you're going to be doing a hell of a lot less of that and more eating, sleeping, and drinking. Hydration. Summertime, hydrate. So with that, we will wrap this up as I drive. And as you can see, it's a very peaceful, easy drive. We are actually back in Wyoming now. So, upset! Yeah, I'm in Wyoming. It's a huge state. I'm pretty sure y'all can figure out what road I'm on. Not that difficult considering where I'm coming from. So, but with that, remember, watch your six, do the YouTube stuff. In the description, you got it. You know all that stuff. Till next time with the tip number 10. And once we finish with this, I will actually post up a free PDF download for you guys on beginner's tips and all that. So hopefully you'll enjoy that. Hopefully you can utilize that. Other than that, I'm the WyCo Nomad. Watch your six. Shalom. I'm out.